Alright, y'all, we better get started. Sorry about the delay. Trying to get some things straightened out while I'm in here. We're dealing with a maintenance thing. So we get ready for an event. I guess today. Um, so let's switch gears here. Trying to make sure I heard pretty good. Truck is always overbearing my voice. This frame rate's been interesting. I don't even know what's going on. It's been like this for a couple of days, few days. Weird. I'm gonna do my best. All I can do. I mean, I can't do no more than that. Maybe the internet, always the internet. This stuff is just gonna be old. And then it's down as far as I can get them. Okay. I feel like the closed caption picked me up finally. So we're just gonna go and do these rounds. No promises. Best I can, and that's it. Wow. switch. Some of these old on-road trailers sometimes gut properly. Try our best to get through this rodeo. So we're through another month, and now we're in another month now. So there is a trucker World of Trucks event that will be going on today, starting today. So it did shut down the server for World of Trucks for now, and so where I had posted in the groups. I don't know why this thing's getting up all crazy. I weren't using my headphones this time, so it ain't no excuse. Fire this truck up. Oh, it's already started. Okay, man, go ahead with your bad stuff. I didn't even know it was started already. I didn't know the truck started up when you moved them. Normally you have to start them up. In the rain. Oh, we can. Trying to get through these rounds. I did try to what the heck? This thing fan. Maybe I need to turn it down. Maybe I need to turn my mic down a little bit or something. I don't know why it keeps picking up like that. There's no excuse why it picks up like that. I do not understand that. Let's turn it down a little bit. See how it looks this time. I can't hear it on my end. But okay, maybe it's a little bit better now. Bouncing off, but normally when you use the headphones, it's supposed to do better. But like I said, it ain't always the case. Always something. Put scrolls on this thing. I didn't even think about that. A lot of times I don't think about putting scrolls on the truck because of the they're not always needed, but in some cases they are needed anyway. So, all this stuff is for safety. That's right where you drive. Headlights on. It's a good habit to have. I was in transportation. I did it a long time. Drove with lights on. It's for safety reasons. Cool little truck. Technically Australian truck, but you won't see it in America. T909, T909, T908. What is it? K200. A lot of those trucks you never see in the U.S., particularly European specs or Aussie specs. Want to be technical about it. By the way, this RTA mod truck. Didn't say that earlier, but figure y'all should know better than me. Y'all all into these mods better than me. Do what I can to keep up with them, but there's so many mods going around. No time to really figure out what is what out here. I shouldn't be doing no more customization, because all this stuff is using the mouse. Want to see what else I could do. I mean, we'll technically try to add beacons, but never the case. Alright, we're gonna get going. Stop messing around. Mess around long enough. See if we can find us a load with this truck. Go with this trailer. Normally, and ever since World of Trucks is down for now, it may be choppy on y'all end. My apologies in advance, but can't control technical difficulties all the time, so the best I can. Been a hectic week as usual. Work week's been interesting. I don't want to bore y'all with that. If they give me a line, okay. All right, that's suffice. I'll take it. We'll do what we can with it. Hands are a little slow.
Pedal to the metal, man.
I think I had just added, I had the engine pack for this truck. And think to try to use it. See what other engines I could get, but this one's okay. All this stuff been acting silly. My encoding is too low. I mean, I'm at pretty much as low as I can get it. Can't go no lower than what I already done put it at. It may be too low to even stream under. We're doing what we can here. I can't even see out here.
Recomputing.
outside for a moment. I ain't never seen frame rates this low ever. But we doing what we can. Going through the intervals. I know when I was trying to play Farm Sim 22, internet was all messed up. And I was just sort of out of my control, so do what we can. Been a lot of flaky stuff lately.
And then turn left. Turn left.
So I just try to do what I can while I'm in the stream. And don't say a word. Just make sure my chat. What's going on? Cody Perkins, welcome. It's RTA mods. I'm sure you're familiar with RTA mods. Yeah. I had to turn my. Now this thing's still talking about the encoding is overloaded. Consider turning down your video settings or using a faster encoding. Now I was using a faster one. Then it was saying something that it was too it wasn't enough. So the lowest bit rate is 200. That's probably the the most lowest I ever went, just to see how things played out. I'm gonna see if I can go up a little bit and see if it's probably still gonna do the same thing. I decided to try a different time zone to see. And then the thing about it, when you're dealing with your internet, people don't understand the thing away. You be thinking you're getting all of your internet. You're not. You're just not. It'd be nice if you was, but you're not. And that's why we need, I have Spectrum. I don't know who else has Spectrum. I don't know how far Spectrum actually stretches out, but they're greedy. Everybody's greedy because they want to create. They say and they lie, and they say, oh well, we are when you think you got, it's just it's just you out here. Nope. They make sure you spending some serious money. And that's just the way they do. So I mean, I've been dealing with internet ever since I was staying under my mom's roof. So well, it was cable at the time, and then you had dial up. You remember when you had to use you had to actually use the disc to actually get you had to connect your phone line up. And it was so crazy. Now my last see maybe down, and I might have did that so to set it up in real time. Hopefully that didn't affect. And I just thought about that. A lot of times when you start adjusting certain things and you try to make it so the stream isn't pressuring the oh, we picking up somewhere. Okay, cool. We going off road. So it won't interfere with the chat. And a lot of times you want things to be moving in real time, but sometimes you sacrifice quality and things of that nature in order for it to be to stay in real time. So RTA mods is pretty cool. You know, they do a pretty good job for their mods. Just they need to stay up on their updating their stuff on time. It stops a lot of conflict when you're on time when it comes down to customers. And I'm just being honest with you because I've been a consumer a long time and dealt with those kind of scenarios myself. So I may have to turn my I forgot about that let to see, I think that's what it's called. May not be not pronouncing it properly. And sometimes I turn this stuff down because I know that it takes time for it to render, and I just concentrate on the chat because that's normally the conversation is what people want. It ain't so much as the stream itself, even though the stream helps. But a lot of times people want to chat, you know, and I try to leave that space for everyone to be able to chat. So I may have to check that setting. Let me check those settings. I probably ain't be able to reset them yet. I will have to probably restart the stream, which probably is not going to work. Yeah, it's probably not going to work. So we may not be able to do anything about that. This stream. And my apologies ahead of time because you know, it is what it is. You know, sometimes you just have to just roll with the punches. I did put my my link in the chat to YouTube so y'all can see that. Y'all interested, you know, just can't trying to juggle a lot of stuff in one small amount of time, but I don't know. Trying to educate people on, and I'm sure because we have we're gonna have an event, that means there's gonna be another discount on the game again. So I would take advantage of it if you know try the demos, and if you like what you're playing, then you go and get it yourself. You know, you got other people, you got a lot of people that's playing the game too. So that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Trying to share this on my personal page, but I can't do it here. Tried it before, and it looked like it won't work, so I'm not gonna worry about it. So let's see. Internet connection looks pretty good on the according to the encoding. All right, and yeah, I think I only can set that up. Yeah, it look like I can't do anything right now, unfortunately. It'd be nice if I could change things around, but for the time being, I can't because we already in full swing. So, all right, my apologies in advance. I will probably look into that next time to make sure I make sure that obliterated, so I can't see. I don't remember what I did. I be doing all kinds of stuff and then I forget what I did. Okay. I'll grab this job. Then I'm sort of behind in trying to stay in compliance. Missed a couple of days. I could have went on in and streamed those days, but it's been interesting, very interesting. And then the kids back in school, so a lot of the internet is being used now during the daytime. So you expect all kinds of little conflicts now. I think the frame rate's a little bit better outside the truck than inside the truck. But I noticed that every time I try to change things up, things happen. So glad my sounds work at least. That's a plus. Oh, shoot, I think I'm not into this. I need to drop this rear axle back here because this thing is longer. This is not no regular size grain trailer. 53 foot. So got a little bit more tail end back here. Drop the axle a little bit. Let's see if it actually spins with it. That's off track I gotta deal with. Yeah, but I'm sure everybody's probably having problems with the internet being too overcrowded. I'm gonna let them do it. I don't even feel like dealing with it.
Let's get this job done.
All this extra stuff that I don't have to do. I proved myself already a number of times. Now, okay, you got onions, 78,705. And yeah, I think the frame rate has been the lowest ever. I mean, wow, interesting. So I'm still tired. Just decided to get up in the middle of the night and do this. But then sometimes it depends on the potties of your truck, potties of your trailer. It's a lot of factors, and then you got the rendering of the game itself. Let me see. I want to check something out. A lot of times. Let's see. The whole thing is moving slow. Crazy. Most craziest thing. Sooner or later, I might end up taking all these mods out. Sooner or later, and it won't even matter. I'm telling you. That scale 100%. turn the rest of this stuff on. And I think I had turned all this stuff down just to see if that was the issue. Sometimes it's not. It don't have to be that. It can just be simpler stuff. Majority of the time, you stream for the views. You want things to be look good on the surface, but sometimes it just don't pay. And this is where support is very important for a content creator. I'm just being as straight as honest and as transparent as I know how. Because if you're not one a content creator, you don't realize how much energy is used in trying to get a lot of stuff to go do. And it gets frustrating. Then you got to buy hardware. You got to spend a lot of money and time and things of that nature to make things perfect. And things are just not perfect in this world. It never will be, and it's just the way it is. So I'm gonna try to go further than I think on it. I think when I was streaming Farm Sim 19, not Farm Sim 19, 22. The game is okay, and this is in real. I'm just being honest. All these games are based on without actually adding stuff to them. When you start adding stuff to them, it just creates more problems. And it technically throws the regular rhythm, the algorithm, which is the rhythm of the game, without any mods. That's what creates like more problems. Um, I'm learning that with SnowRunner, learning that with this game, learning that with Euro Truck, learning it with Farm Sim. As soon as I put mods in it, then it started acting funny, you know. And that's just the way it goes. That's the nature of the beast, and as long as you understand that, okay. Now, are we going anywhere or what? Okay, that's my break. This, that's why I don't be on here that long to deal with this kind of issues, these kind of issues during, I think my body's feeling like this computer's feeling like my body. We went through some madness, boy. I mean madness. Oh, like it stayed the way I left it. That's weird. That is so weird. And that's what makes you upset when you try to when you buy these mods. Mods are good. You just have to. Everything is based on somebody else's computer. It's not based on yours. And that's just the thing, the risk you take when you buy mods or you put mods in the game. Like the more maps we get, I mean more states. People have been crying about the states. Oh my God, why we ain't got all the whole U.S. You may not be ready for that, you know. And then everything is a cost. So imagine having to pay for each DLC at $12 a pop, you're gonna be spending some serious money. I mean, collectively, you actually count up the cost of a lot of stuff that's been paid for already. Uh, it's very expensive. You got these folks creating they're creating rigs, out of thin air, or they're using um, other using real material to actually create. And I did that a scenario like that with my triple monitors, you know, wheel pedals, the whole 9 yards. And at the end of the day, it costs you. I mean, um, let's see. Now, normally I would have this issue if I was using OBS Streamlabs. I'm using regular Streamlabs now, and this is just like every time it's more and more issues. Then I was pricing some of these video cards. I think this was like the third actual video card that I put in this over time. Um, Luckily, I have them in two other computers where it's so they're not going to waste. To buy another video card will be an understatement, and just crazy. You put so much emphasis on, and you put so much emphasis in all this stuff. Let's see how this is going to go. And a lot of times when you actually streaming, it should make up the difference. A lot of times things move too fast, so it takes time for it to render or do its thing. Like the game takes time to render itself because of whatever else you have in it. And that's just be watching the frame rates go back and forth, trying to absorb everything that we do. And that's another reason why I keep a lot of this stuff up, because all this stuff is what helps me understand what the game is doing, or what the computer is doing, game is doing, things of that nature. Wow. Okay, we're just gonna go on with the flow. I'm not gonna keep making a big deal out of it. Yeah, I noticed my truck isn't moving. I dealt with this before. It's too heavy? Don't know. Yeah, put it in reverse. And sometimes you never know what they done created in the game where. And the thing about it is, I don't mind showcasing this stuff because these are the problems that everybody goes through. All right, let's see. Switch. Normally the thing moves as long as I got these mods in there, it says what it says at the bottom. And if I didn't have any mods in here, it wouldn't say it. So a lot of times I just be messing around, goofing off. Uh, the game is the bonus. I've always been a people person, so I don't mind engaging with you. You know, it's just you know, game is always an added bonus, and we never can forget that. You know, it's just an outlet for people because people be looking for people to talk to about certain stuff. It's a lot of things, a lot of hearing about suicide awareness and people going, losing their mind, stuff like that. People don't want to talk about that, but it's just what we're dealing with. People need an outlet. Okay, now we're gonna try to drive this thing in. Oh, okay. Let's see what she's doing now. Okay. Wow. This is interesting, man. I mean, it's fascinating because I deal with this kind of stuff all the time, but I never seen frame rate so low. And what I might do, I'm gonna do something. I'm showcasing this 909, but I'm gonna do something for y'all. I'm gonna actually go into a profile where I'm gonna take all the mods out, and just to see if it does better on purpose. Because even the frame rates now are even lower. Let's see. Let's do an experiment while we're here. We already tipping at 50 minutes, and my plan wasn't to be on here all day or a couple hours. Even though I got, you know, Facebook has their rules. Um, I have my tolerance too, so I'm gonna go and put no more than I can deal with myself. If I can do 2 hours, I do 2 hours, but sometimes 2 hours can be a little too long. And RTA mods is one interesting. If you want to say company, comes down their mods. They're nice. It's just that if your computer can deal with it, that's a lot of your mods are high poly, and what I mean by high poly, that means the way it's been built could be um, too good to be true. If you sort of understand where I'm coming from, not so much as which one of these do I want to use? Let's see what's here. And normally those polys is like um, it's the building blocks of the mod. Okay. Um, People have to understand that the game has to be optimized. The mod has to be optimized. Not everybody has a 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, thousands of dollars worth of equipment to run a mod. And that's just being as transparent as down to earth as I can. But they want your money. That's the thing I look at, and that's with anybody. You always got to make sure when you deal with customers, that they're all satisfied. You can't just cater to the ones that got the money, or they portraying that they have the money and things of that nature, because that doesn't hold any weight. Because if you got everything for the people, it's just like rich. If you're rich, everything shouldn't be for the rich. You know, you gotta to be complete. You have to have it for everybody to be able to eat off of. And if you don't have everything for everybody to eat off of, then if the rich is the only ones, people with money is the only ones that can reach it. That's bad. That's not a complete business for anybody. If you look at Walmart, Walmart is a perfect example of having high price stuff or high quality stuff as well as low quality stuff. But they know how to keep people coming. I'll give y'all a story. One day we went to the store looking for something. We were looking for, I think, some pop. The next time we went to get that pop was there. That's marketing. That's true marketing. You give. It's like they was eavesdropping on what the people were saying, or they was inquiring. It's like was reading people as they come in the store. That's why they have greeters at the door going, and they got greeters at the end as you go out. Why? Because people need to be able to. Oh, this is another one of my profiles. I don't even know. I remember this one. I gotta pick another profile. Let this one go. And you have to know. You have to understand where people. Yeah, this one can go. Yeah, look at all this. This stuff is all outdated. Look at this. Yeah, all this can go. I'll wipe this, everything out. Because I want to prove a point. I'm gonna deactivate all the mods on purpose. Disable all of them, every one of them. Okay. Now, my point is, if this game actually acts right without the mods being activated, then that's where we at. That's where our problem is. And I just don't just do this stuff. I actually analyze and figure out stuff. Now it looked like it moved. The stream is actually picking up faster. I don't know if it's because of the way it's rendering, but I do stuff like this to help people understand uh, how things work. You know, you have to have multiple profiles to be able to do certain things. When things are incompatible, like some of that stuff is incompatible. It's not incompatible on my end. It's incompatible according to the profile. Okay, so the profile was outdated. All I had to do is, because a lot of these mods are updated to the current uh, version. Okay, majority of them. 90, let's say, I say 70% of them. I won't say 100% because I haven't um, went through all of them, and then I may have multiple mods. I mean, multiple same the same mods, and sometimes the game doesn't work properly when you have. Okay, now my frame rates look good. See my point? So I took all those mods out just to see exactly if my prediction was correct. Okay, now it still looks like it's sort of shaky. Okay, now that could be because of my hardware. Uh, I am running an old card. At the time, it did cost me some money, and then to get another card, it's going to cost me more money. And that's just money that I don't have. I'm just being honest and straight. And everybody that put on a show, oh well, I got all this and I got all that. Okay, go for it. Go for what you know. Then, if you got it all, then go for what you know. But you got some people that actually have families, they got kids, they're streaming because they want to create another outlet. another inlet for their household. They're not, or they're trying to create another outlet for, for to reach out to people because they are dealing with mental issues or mental problems. So you have to understand how things are designed, and you have to balance everything out. Um, Normally, when I talk, I try to help people understand where I'm coming from. I'm not gonna be I'm not trying to be a high profile content creator. When you talk to me, I'm about as real as you know. 'Cause, um, I don't have time for to be putting on shows and stuff like that. Now, in the game, I play the game as it is. Now, my frame rates are good. They're at normal. I was gonna take this out, take the this out. I was trying to take it out, and it looked like it didn't want to come out. It could come out if I take it out, but I still like to be able to see the stuff in real time. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the game, and we're gonna see how the game acts without any mods. This is one experiment that I wanted to play out on another stream, just to prove a point on how things work, um, and help people understand why even with the update, I mean the new state, those that get the new state, they get a chance get a chance to get a pre-release. The obligation to the pre-release is to not to use mods. The developers want the game playing as it's supposed to be, as it was designed to play. Okay. Oh, I'm behind the seat. I thought it was something wrong. Okay, so I'm behind the seat. And then I haven't been in this profile in a minute, so that's probably why it looks kind of kooky. So I'm gonna move this seat front forward some. There we go. Now, see how everything is moving all smoothly. Now my frame rates aren't as bad as it was before I took the mods out. So I just decided to take the mods out just to see exactly what I should be seeing. Okay. That's why you have the majority of the people that play this game don't run mods. Why? Because they're getting 100% out of the game. When you're running mods, then you're sort of taken away from the game. I'm just being honest. I love mods. I love them. I love them to death. But I know that I need to have a peace of mind when I play my game, and I don't have no problem with having it. And I would do that on stream. I don't care. You know, that's one thing I will do. I'm sitting on enough money. We got few trucks in here that I'm comfortable with. You know, I'm very comfortable with what we have. What SDS has already put in place, and they just have to, do some more sprucing up. We have the Volvo VNL on the way. On the way. We don't know when it's coming out. It'll probably be out before you know it. Texas is on the way. See, there go Texas right here. You see how big Texas is? So when they start putting Texas in here, watch the frame rates change. All this stuff has to be rendered. Has to be able to be rendered. If the computer is not, remember you're dealing with computers. You're dealing with machines. I'm sure people that have jobs. I have a job. I don't give a care how automated something is. You still need a human touch to be able to get it working and to fix it. Computers can't fix themselves. They're not designed for that. They're designed by a creator, which is a human being, and the human being has set it up where it has to depend on a human being. It's always been designed like that. I can't count how many times I've actually had to go through changing things up, moving things around, uh, and so what, and whatnot. Oh, I can go on ahead and buy some garages while I'm in here. Or yeah, see, so this profile isn't too low. I mean, too behind because you see how all my other garages are here, but so it's about as old as Wyoming being around And Montana just came out last month. So Wyoming, we'll say give it a few months. I haven't been in this profile in a few months. Okay, so gonna use some of this money, and this is where I don't mind having money to be able to buy stuff because it takes so long to actually acquire a lot of stuff. So I encourage anybody to use mods or to enhance the game, but understand when you enhance the game that it takes away, from the realness of the game. Uh, I'm sure SCS has spent a lot of money and a lot of energy trying to um, add more content to the game. I mean, all this stuff is have to be paid for. People don't really understand the importance of that. How business, shaking hands, kissing babies, or whatever you want to call it. That's still making deals. That's getting people to be able to feed a family. You know, uh, uh, and if we're in the states, those that are in the states may not really get a grip on what people on the other side of the globe have to go through. They value a lot more than we do. A lot of stuff on the other side of the globe, um, uh, when it comes down to resources, it's valued. I'm just being honest. If you look at Euro Truck Simulator, you look at Farm Sim 22. That's a different nationality that's actually have built that game. I forgot the name of the people that actually did it. Train sim games. A lot of these games are all rendered through somebody else. It's not nobody in the states that's doing it, um, and it won't be, because sort of we're last year's news, and it's just sad to think like that, but that's just the way it is. Um, a lot of your modders, they're of a different nationality. You have a handful that are actually American, but the majority of them are from another country. Um, so you have to sort of understand that, and a lot of people don't understand business. If it was always the thing about it is I never speak personally. I always speak business, uh, because business doesn't show any color or creed. But I've came across some information where a lot of people they have the mentality of sticking with their own, which is fine, But how far does that take you? When you're going in actually are creating another customer base in another uh, country, city, state, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's business. You're gonna make more money among all these other folks than your own. That's just the way it is. There's nothing wrong with being around your own. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, whatever. But to actually break the ground running, you have to be you. If that's the case, I wouldn't be streaming and trying to reach out to everybody. If you know, I have my setup, my translator thing set up so I can be able to read translation. Why? Because I want my business to go worldwide, not nationwide, not within the state, not within the city. I don't want just only my people that are on my fan base or my friends list to know what I'm doing. I want everybody to know what I'm doing. Why? Because then that gives you incentives to know that you can be able to do it yourself. People are doing it all the time. People are doing this stuff all the time. They're doing it all the time. Um, and you have to be able to do that. If you're not able to do that, then you're not going anywhere. I'm just being honest with you. You're not going nowhere. Um, and you got to be able to create that. I'm gonna go on ahead and do some quick jobs here, okay, to make up the difference. We already an hour over, which is fine. I decided to change things around. And normally, when you're a content creator, you don't mind changing things up. Sometimes you may have to change. The goal was to create the T909, the 909. I could put the T909 in here, and we'll see how it actually plays compared to, because we're at 30. We're at we're our frame rates are sort of on the low side, and I'm so much of a techie. I understand everything. You know, I understand why this is acting up. This is that. I'm just saying it. You know, because a lot of people may not understand it. So they cry and moan and groan, and and that's their right. Because if you're invested in something or vested in something, you expect to get 100% out of it. That's just the way it is. You have to be able to get anytime I'm showcasing, I expect to get 100% out of what I'm doing. I'm not just on here playing games just for you know for propaganda. You know, I'm on here to create a brand and branding myself and creating another outlet for myself, just like anybody else. Outside of the traditional brick and mortar business, you know, we're in a digital age where now everybody can make money. You can just turn your camera on. You can do you reality TV. You got reality TV going on. Okay. Uh, so that's a lot of things going on. Now, the only thing I don't like is I don't like their air brake sound. They need to correct that a little bit better. I'm sure they said, okay, well, we're working on the sound. Okay, work on these air brake sounds. The truck sounds are perfect. I mean, they sound as best as you can get them. You can't get them no better than that. The air brake sound is very important to a lot of people. It's the littlest detail that plays a very important role in anything. You know, it may not be that noticeable to some, but the air brake sound is very important, and people just don't really understand. Um, you give the people what they want, they give you what you want all day long. You know, like they said, like the cliche of if you build a better mousetrap, it'll be the path to your door. That's what was an old. That's an old saying. Um, and I think that was within a cartoon. Okay, those that watch cartoons, if you didn't watch cartoons, I understand. Maybe you wasn't a kid. You know, maybe you was an adult before your time. I don't know. I grew up. I mean, I was big for my age myself. I was 15, looking like I was 18. You know, big for my age. But I liked it. I didn't mind being a kid as much as I can be humanly possible can be because that's what I'm supposed to be. You know. Let's see. I don't know. I mean, I got so many choices, so many loads to do, and you know, and this is the fun part because you can do this and you ain't even got to go through trying to figure out if something works. They already figured it out. It works. It works. When they started marketing this game from $20 to $5, I already knew the direction they were going. Simple. Um, I haven't been in the Mac in a minute, man. I haven't been in the Mac in a minute. Now we're gonna see how the frame rates look compared to with mods and without mods. Now I may change the description. I may change the title, A lot of people say, well, and I noticed the truck starting up now on its own. When you get in the truck already started. That's another something new. That's probably why I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember the truck starting up already, but the truck's starting up on its own, Horns even, and that's the horn coming out the game. Now look at my frame rates. Frame rates perfect, Now watch how the game goes without any mods. Watch. Now, let's see. Okay, that's working. Now why is the truck not working? See, that's what I wanted to see. Now I don't have any mods in, and let me make sure everything is synced right because I just got into another profile. So sometimes you may have to go back and check your connection. So real automatic is normally what it is. I normally put it on sequential, and I will have to check something's off. So sometimes you have to go up here, check this out, make sure this is working. And you may have to resync stuff. Okay. So combine paddles. You know why I'm having a problem? I remember now. Now watch this. I'm about to show you all my profiles. This is what I remember now. When I was messing around with let me switch scenes, okay? When I was messing around, okay. This is what I was messing around with. Hold on a minute. I don't want to go in here. I wasn't supposed to. This is part of the Discord. So I do have a Discord. I don't be hanging in it. It's just the way it is. I mean, person want to conversate. A lot of times you ain't got to conversate with me through there. But here's what I want to show right here. And I noticed, I picked the wrong one. That's why. This is the profiler right here for the G27 wheel. Okay. So when I actually created this, you have this comes with your wheel. Okay, with this wheel, you have to, set it up, so on and so on. Okay, the G920, the G29, all of them have the same. Well, theirs is more digitized than mine. Mine is old school, but this is a good wheel. The G27 wheel is technically priceless. You can't even get this wheel. I mean, it's just they want so much money for this wheel. So what my issue could be is normally when you go into these settings, you have to make sure you don't report combined pedal. What I had did for Farm Sim, because I haven't played Farm Sim in years, is I had to actually combine the pedals because, like, if you play the game, if you actually have the steering wheel from them, mainly, yeah, because I have the side pedal. I didn't want the wheel. I liked the suicide part, but they didn't have they only had two pedals. They didn't have three pedals, and it didn't make any sense for me to get another wheel. Now I wish I sort of got that wheel because then I could have used that wheel for my other game. For my other computer. And I may look into getting it just because, but I think it's highly priced now. The time that I could have bought it, and I think it was highly priced then. It's still probably highly priced now. Okay. Now your settings right here is where you can change your effects, your rotation, stuff like that. Press start. Now I gotta change the game, ATS. Normally I don't have to go here, but because I had switched over into a different game, sometimes I have to go in here, so it's not a problem. You know, and I don't have no problem with showing people that because this is something that they need to learn for themselves. So now my pedals work. See, so that was the issue that I was having earlier. Even my clutch is different now because now we have support for the clutch. You know, so a lot of this stuff may have to be critiqued. You know, you may have to recheck settings, things of that nature. Don't never get to that point where you okay, well, I don't want to check nothing. Well then, I mean you're gonna always have problems. You know, I'm always checking something, I'm always looking at stuff, you know, and it's not a problem for me to do that because I know that I change things, I forget that I changed things up, um, and you know, I get on this game, but I don't get on it to the point where I remember everything I do, you know. So it's not a problem for me to re-evaluate if I actually did anything or I did a change. But I try to do it while I'm on the stream because then that's footage. That's content for somebody else to be able to look back at and say, okay, well, at least Croc will show me how things supposed to be, you know. And I've told people how to. I mean, if it ain't information, it could. I mean, Logitech is Logitech, you know. Um, they don't make their stuff that complicated where a kid can do it, you know. Um, so you always got to be able to learn and know how to do certain things without really saying, okay, well, I don't know how to do it, you know. And a lot of things are very simple, you know. Advanced coupling is off. You know, now we can actually animate the steering, which I can actually bring it up to like 10. So it would take longer. 1080. Let's try 1080. Now it would take me take more turns, and that's where the suicide now comes in. Because I have a suicide now on this wheel. Come from it technically for a tractor. I didn't want to go any heavier than that. It's perfect because tractor wheel isn't, you know, I'm talking about like a lawn tractor wheel. It's good for using that, you know, because who has time to really turn? And then I have a suicide knob on my van too. My wrists ain't the best, you know, and they're getting worse as I played it. I mean, as I work, fingers ain't gonna be worth nothing. But that just comes with the territory, working with your hands and things of that nature. So, I think everything else is up to date here that I can remember, and we gonna at least get a couple jobs in. Now I will have to change the title. It's okay. They study making this game even faster. I mean, more user friendly. I'm gonna put the. There we go. Put it in automatic mode. So technically, a lot of your trucks now are being automated. They're making everything automatic. Now my frame rates are iffy, but that's normal, you know, for me. And just like I said, everybody doesn't have thousands of dollars to pay, you know, top-notch PC. Everything we're in, technically quiet as cut. We're in inflation. I don't know if people really understand. We're in inflation. I mean, whether you want to buy a computer or you want to buy something new, or you want to buy something for your kids, or you want to buy a computer, well, you have to decide what is best for your household, and you don't let nobody shortchange you from that. Now, if you create a business venue where you think that the computer is going to be able to make you money, and then okay, go for what you know. Now, see, now my frame rates aren't as bad inside. Now, also, I need to turn this truck down. I know I'm probably can't be heard that well. I haven't had anybody come in and say anything, but I already know what to do. Normally, I have to bring it down to right about here, and I've did it before, so it won't be so loud in my ears. And the thing about it is, people be scared to speak truth, or be truthful, or be themselves. And when that's why you can use. I mean, you can even stream, even if you use. That's why you have restrictions to allow you to be able to express yourself. This game has came a long way. I remember we didn't even have airline support. We didn't have airline support. We didn't have multiple pivot point, which was something that was pushed. Should have been, but it was pushed. But to create those scenarios, it takes time. To create animations, it takes time. To create window animations, it takes time. You can never say, okay, well, SES, you're taking too long and doing this and doing that. If you're not a modder and don't really understand how much it takes, how much effort it takes to do certain things, I wouldn't say a word. I'm just being honest and as frank as I know how, cleanly frank. I know how to, because a lot of work has been done, and if you look at how much it takes to create animation, to create all this stuff that's in the game, yeah, it takes a lot. And then to stabilize it so it's not all over the place, or it's user friendly for everyone, not just for the people that can afford it, but for everyone. So a lot of times I stream to educate, to knock out anxiety about the game, or cover some bases that a lot of content creators are not gonna talk about. They're not gonna talk about it. They're just gonna stick to one subject, and that's it. And that's fine. You try to stick with that, but sometimes things change, and people will be reaching out. You got your trolls, which is cool. You got your people that may be in need of need another person to talk to, because they may not be able to talk to people around them. Some people aren't people. People person. I was like that a long time. I had to went through communication skill classes, and and experienced. Not experience, but had got the craft of being able to talk to people. You know, that's a skill set. It takes a lot of time, years, experience to be able to do those things. Now, the frame rates look like they sort of choppy on my end, as far as and that's the whole reason why I went on ahead and took the mods out, because I wanted to see if my hardware could be wearing down. The PC isn't running hot because the way I have it designed, and it's gonna stay cool because the way I got it. But and you know, you go through these cards. I went from a 6 series card, 5 series card, 6 series card to a 10 series card. Now you have a 30 series card, 20 series card, 30 series card. What's next? You know, and then as the games progress, you have to spend more money. You know, just to be able to keep up, which can be very frustrating for those that may not have the money to be able to do certain things. Um, and it's just the way it is, you know. You wish, you know, and that's the reason why a lot of people don't even stream. They don't even stream because they have. Technically, you need two PCs to stream. This PC is already running on a 700 watt power supply, which is already too much, you know, for it to be, you know, running in the house. What um, where you have to worry about you know, high electric bills and stuff like that. You know, imagine running a PC, then you got to run your air conditioner, then you got to run another PC just to take care of the stream side. It's a lot of money, you know, and if you weigh it with what you're doing, comparing it to what the income that's coming in, if it is any income coming in, you're gonna break even. You know, you're not gonna make you're gonna break the bank. You know, and that's just the way it is. Uh, you want to try to um, keep an open mind on what you're doing. You know, but sometimes it can be overbearing. You know, and I wanted to do this for a long time. Take the mods out just to see exactly how the game runs. Now I didn't take all the mods out because I mean I didn't take them out completely out of the game. I took them, I did activated them through the mod browser. That's as far as I went. So they still could be still bearing onto the game. You know, you know. So imagine uh, now you got some people that just deal with the modding. They don't even play the game because it's just, you know, it's already far fetched to mod. That's the thinking part. Then you gotta try to play the game or test stuff out, or you have to hire folks to test the game. I mean, test the mod out to make sure it's effective or it's for what the people want. Try to hang outside and see how it feels outside. Maybe the frame rate's a little bit, and it look like the frame rates still are sort of messed up. Only because that's just the way, you know. A lot of people are saying the game needs to be optimized, and that's very true. I'm sure it's true because it doesn't. If it needs to be optimized, it won't matter what kind of video card you have. You're still gonna have some kind of stumbling or whatnot, you know, based on how the game is actually rendering. And that's the reason why I sort of made sure that the chat, as I talk, actually stays ahead and not be behind the stream. You know, if the stream is behind, I'd rather my words be in front. So it's not so much as the game, but the commentary that is added to the game that sort of helps people really understand. You know, and it's just keeping a open space for people to be able to come in and express themselves. You know, have a good time, laugh, you know, or whatever have you. You know, so that's what that's all about. You know, so leaves that space open so people could have an outlet, have a place where they can express themselves or create a conversation and things of that nature. So, and sometimes it could be just like I said, the internet. Sometimes the internet, it'll be acting up. Definitely, probably about it before the end of the day. Oh, my buddy, old school. He's up. Okay, he's up playing. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, shout out to Henry, old schools. I think old school 66. I see he playing. He might not. He may be surprised that I'm actually up this early, but I wanted to sort of get a jump, and I should have been up earlier. I was up earlier, but it just took a minute to sort of get things moving. So, um, I know it's choppy. I don't need nobody reminding me it's choppy. I know. I'm looking at it on three angles. Looking at it in real time with it coming out in the game. I'm looking at it on the OBS, and as I'm looking at it in the stream. So, that's one thing I don't need to be reminded of, but it's to help you understand how this stuff works. And it takes time. And normally, when you're closer to these areas, things are gonna get funny. You know, so I try to at least get an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and sleepiness is coming down on me. But I wanted to try to I normally be up in the middle of the night anyway, because the effects of work normally take its toll where it gets me up, and I have no choice to get up. You go to work in pain, you go get off work, you in pain. I might as well get paid to be in pain. So um, that's just the way it is. I'm sure everybody else can feel my pain because they got their own pain that they got to deal with, or trials and tribulations, or whatever have you, and responsibilities everybody else has to do because who gonna do it? Who's gonna take care of you? You gotta get out here and do what you gotta do. Uh, Plus, I didn't wanna. I'm not even sure. I'm gonna try to see if I can get things done today. Uh, Off today, so gotta watch being outside a whole lot now because the mosquitoes are carrying all kinds of little things to create more problems for you. So we're not at the doghouse yet, and probably won't be out for a long time. Yeah, but this will definitely prove its point because I wanted when I was looking at somebody else streaming, they didn't have any modifications. They was actually streaming without any mods, but they were streaming another game. So I don't know if the mod were creating a different atmosphere, or they just wanted to go with a different way, and just sort of be themselves and be more relaxed and more, you know. Plus, they were playing with somebody else, so that was huge because I liked that, and that was stuff that I used to do back in the day. I played a lot of my other games, always had somebody else to play with, and I was able to have a good time, and then allow everybody else, you know, within my fan base or whatever, friend base, fan base, whatever you want to call it, uh, to actually engage and have a good time, you know, and that's it. That's what it's about. Yeah. and make a few bucks along the way. If you can get it. You know, this is gonna be a long stretch, and I'm just sort of just going with the flow. Um, may get views, may not get views. It's okay. I understand. Maybe you're looking for that perfect stream. I'm not perfect streamer. I'm not that perfect streamer. I'm not that perfect content creator, but I am one that will at least try to create an atmosphere of positivity as much as I can. That's why when you come in, you have to, you know, you have to go through the little gate, the stipulations that you have to go through. First of all, you can't use profanity on my stream because I have other people, I have family, I have other people that look up to me, and they have to, that's what that's respect for them. Oh, okay. He just gave us a what's the name? Ticket for lights. So I guess they get you for like six. I guess that's dawn. I guess when it's dusk. Dawn. Let me see. What is it? Dusk is morning. Dawn is evening. I think, as far as I remember. But yeah. But I wanted to see exactly what this game would do without the mods, and if the mods is still going to be choppy, then it's going to be. And I just have a good time while I'm playing. So it doesn't bother me. Occasionally run into something here and there. Wouldn't do it in the real world, but you know we do what we do. But I just wanted to sort of um, get past these little stipulations that I now turned the settings down as far as I could. So you know I don't have no errors because there's nothing in the game. No mod activated. But I'm gonna try to cap this to 2 hours. That that would be suffice for me. I wanted to sort of do a early in the morning stream at a point just to see how it felt to do it. Sort of getting sleepy eyed, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get this 2 hours. But it's getting to be tough. I need to pause the game. I need to at least get some water. Try to see if I can wake myself up a little bit longer. My bed is calling me. It's truly calling me. Uh, oh well, we done got hammered. Stop. We shouldn't should have yield. But it feels good to be in a Mac again. It's been a long time since I've been in a Mac truck. Uh, Only because I'm always in something else. I'm always in a modded truck. I'm always in something that somebody else wants. So now I have to look at what I want. There's nothing wrong with getting what and you know allowing your audience to pick what you should do occasionally, but not all the time. you just are catering to what the needs of others and don't cater to what you want, then you just sort of just wasting a lot of energy. And you can do that. You can waste a lot of energy trying to please people and not please yourself, along the way. It takes a lot of energy. Yeah, but we definitely tipping around the time that I normally be getting up. But I'll be going back to bed because I am off today. I'm gonna try to enjoy my little off day. Supposed to have been working late and didn't work late. This goodness and goodness, we didn't have to. Well, we did. No, we did work late. We just didn't work as late as I normally do because I'm hearing that we may be doing 10 hours, 10-hour days. Don't know how it's gonna play out. Maybe all three 10-hour days. Also, Labor Day is on the way. More likely, I will have to work because our operation doesn't stop. It just when you're dealing with hospital linen, never stops. There's always orders that need to be filled, and people are trying. A lot of your hospitals are trying to stock up, so you can't expect that. So they claim things supposed to slow down, but I don't think so. It's still gonna be the same rodeo. Let's try sitting inside the truck this time and see the. Whoa, whoa. Big difference when you don't stream compared to you streaming. I mean, you would think that the more you stream, the better you get. Sometimes it's the reverse. Because it's just like more work. It's more mind work. It's a little physical work because you're sitting in one spot for a longer period of time, which can go against you. Did that as a driver a long time. But we're gonna do what we can and be unapologetic because somebody, it's a dirty job, but somebody got to do it. So it's okay. Oh boy. Normally I can get up like this, but I'm just tired. Tired. Been rough days. As you get older, you're gonna have these scenarios. It's funny how when you were young, you didn't want to go to sleep. Now, you be looking for the sleep. Yeah, so I don't think I gotta pause the game. I need to get some more water. I don't think I'll ever get out of the concept of being tired. I'll always be tired. I think my water content has been awesome. Drink more water than I could ever drink. And your body craves that. You don't drink water, it's noticeable. But I do a lot of sweating because when you work, what normally happens. So yeah, it's just we're getting older. I mean, we're getting older. Just talking to the wife, she was saying that she going through some changes in her body, and we all doing it. You know, just time is not waiting on anybody. You know, people trying to get out of their professions as quick as they can and retire as quick as they can because it's just getting to be. I mean, just the way it is. You know, to be able to retire, that'd be a huge thing for me. And a lot of people would think, oh, you'll be bored. No, I would not be. I will find something to do. I'll always got something to do. Even if I get on this computer, mess around, doze off a couple times, 1,000 times, oh, it's always something to do. Never get that bored where I won't be. I would never be volunteering to just be working because I'm bored. Oh no. Other than me streaming, I would stream. I would be streaming. That's what I would be doing. And while I'm laughing all the way to the bank with my little uh now you got so many commercials talking about Social Security. Everybody trying to get their Social Security, but they done pushed the stuff back so far, and then even if you try to get it, it ain't worth nothing. You still gotta go and get a job because they not. Then they want to cut your money because you got a job. It's crazy. It's ludicrous. Everything is so backwards. But you want me to live? No, you don't want me to live. You want me to live on your terms. You don't want me to live on my terms. But you want to live on your terms. That's why people that follow me personally could never get a grip on what I post because I'm always posting something interesting because it gets you to think, and you always will have a thought in your mind on why I can't get ahead and why I can't do this and why I can't do that. Why? You should always be thinking about that. Why? You want to do this, you want to do that, or you gotta degrade yourself just to get ahead. It's sad, mentally as well as physically. Just to make a buck that ain't even worth it. So we already hour and 52 minutes. We definitely gonna cap this out at 2 hours, which I'm gonna probably have to soon. If I can actually do 30 minutes a day, that would be huge. At least the minimum of 30 minutes a day, or an hour every day, something like that. And I do it in increments instead of because then I won't have to worry about Facebook stipulations and telling me that I need to stream. Then I will already been streaming a little here, a little there, you know. Which I've learned how to do that in a lot of stuff I do now, you know. If I'm working on a car, then I try to do a little at a time every day, and until I get it accomplished. You know, I've did transmissions, motors, things of that nature. You know, I'm sort of in some projects now that I'm trying to accomplish and finish before this year is out because you know can't get it done no other way. And if depend on anybody else to do it, it won't work. You know, I've always been self motivated. You know, and you wanna be able to get help, but sometimes help is not there. You know, you gotta sort of do things on your own. You know, and that's just the way it is. It's a lonely road when it comes down to trying to get some things done. Yeah, I haven't been rating anybody because if nobody's in the stream, there's no use of me rating anybody. Why would I send 0 people over to somebody to see? I mean, you know, there's nobody there that's in the that's watching. Why would I send anybody? You know, that's why a lot of times I just cut the stream, cut my losses. You know. All right, I'm gonna grab this. Uh, this normally every time I actually have to create or try to update another profile, gotta sort of do things over and over again. So sometimes repetitive, but what else? I mean, like everything is repetitive. That was my airport sound isn't working. Maybe they're getting ready to fix it. I don't know. I mean, you never know what SDS is up to. They always doing something. I appreciate their hard work trying to create more memories of the game. You know, allowing us to express ourselves, and they're always engaging with their customers. You know, your client is beautiful. That's the thing. And they don't have no problem with telling us what they're doing and everything. So yeah, this could be internet issues. I'm learning more and more about these games. A lot of these games are connected to the internet, you know, and the nature of the beast of dealing with frame rate issues. But on the plus side, you ain't got to worry about having to update the game. You know, I remember when I used to have this game, have okay, international, great. Do I have an international? I don't know. international dealership. Yeah, but I think I do. Which I was trying to get Freightliner and Western Star. Let's see, do I have any other trucks in here while I'm messing around? Because we already about to come to a close. They gonna torture y'all enough for my shenanigans. I'm gonna change this title if it allows me to. Oh. I was talking to somebody else about um they had a 30 series card and they said I think I may have to get another card. I'm like, wow, you got a 30 series card and you talking about you may need to get another card? That's interesting. I think I might have messed up something. My other fellow streamer is on, I see. I might have cut my stream. Don't even matter.
nothing.
I mean, it won't work. I had to cut my stream. I don't even see my. Oh, the stream's still going. Weird.
There's nothing.
Oh, there it is. Okay, we still going. All right. Just wanted to make sure things is going. Okay, we already over two minutes. I mean 2 hours. So appreciate everybody coming out, checking me out. That could come out like I lost something in transition. So, but still worked out. Best way I could get it. I'm gonna go on and catch y'all on the next stream. Croc 3 foot 2 out.